Now, regarding inventory, to manage your inventory, um, the first step would be to access our inventory work center. So what you're going to do is you're going to click this inventory icon here on the top left, and this is going to bring up your inventory work center. So this is the area that you'll be using to manage all of your inventory, to add the quantities to the products that are created inside Wireless Standard. Now, there's a couple ways to go about putting in your inventory. There's two main ways. The first way is kind of like a receive express method. It's the fastest way to put your inventory in. And then the second way is to create a purchase order, which is essentially double entry, because you've already created this purchase order with your vendor, and then to receive against that purchase order when the order arrives to your store. So I'm going to cover both ways. The first way, again, is our receive express method. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off by clicking receive items in the middle here. And then you'll click your vendor from the drop down wherever you're receiving the products from, and then click receive express on the right here. So now notice we are brought to a receiving screen. So the next step is to look up our products and then update the quantities to those products. Now you can do this a few different ways. First, you're going to click in the lookup field here, and you're going to search for your products either by scanning the UPC, the barcode. You can also do a keyword search, or you can even search by product ID. Now, every product that gets created in Wireless Standard gets a product ID created along with it. But for instance, let's say we can do a keyword search. Say we want to put in a case, an accessory item. So we can type in case and then enter. And then we can see all of our cases will pop up for us, and we can actually hover over to see the full name of the case and double click whichever case we'd like to put in. Again, you can always scan the UPC and it should populate right in here for you as a line item. And you can even search by your product ID number here when you get more familiar with your products. So for instance, let's say we want to put in this iPhone 5 case. We'll double click and here it is. So now notice the quantity level is starting at 1. So this is what you want to update. So let's say you have 5 of these cases at this particular location in Brooklyn Wireless. You can click in the quantity cell and type in 5 and then enter. You can update the cost as well if you'd like. It's going to pull the cost from when you created the product originally in Product Manager. But let's say this week you put in these cases that cost a little more or a little less than what you originally created the product. So you can absolutely update here. You could put in, say, we got them for $10 each. We can update, and that way it will reflect correctly for reporting purposes. Our extended cost is just our total cost, so that's the unit cost multiplied by the quantity, which is a total of 50. And then we can move on to our next lookup field right below where we just were, and look up for our next product. Again, we could do a keyword search. You could scan the UPC. The next example I want to show you guys is an example of putting a phone in stock. So there is one extra step where it's going to ask you for the phone serial numbers or the IMEI numbers. So notice we were brought to a box that just appeared. So in this case, this is a Samsung Galaxy S3 phone. Now let's say we have about 3 of these in stock that we'd like to put into Wireless Standard. Instead of like the original way I showed you as far as the accessories, putting in the quantity here, you're going to see this box appear. It will let you know how many you currently have of the product here on the right. So we have over 550 in stock. And if we want to add 3, we'll just type in the number here in this little add field. So 3 and then enter. And then we can go ahead and scan in our 3 serial or IMEI numbers. Okay. And then we're just going to click OK down below. And now notice we have our 3 phones that we're putting in, and they are 200 each with a total of 600. And of course, you can always update your cost here if you'd like. Now, if you want to preview the IMEI numbers that you just scanned in, you can always click this plus sign on the left here, and then you can see them down below before you actually save this. If you want to put in more items, again, it's very simple. Just go to the next lookup field, look up your item, and then simply place in the quantity, whether it be a phone or accessory product. Moving on, so before I show you actually how to save these quantities to the database, you do have an option to save it as a draft here. So what this is, this will save where you left off, but it's not actually going to post the items to the database so you can sell them. It's simply going to save this document where you left off so you can continue on. Say a customer walks in and you need to assist the customer, or you have to step away from the computer and you don't want to lose this information that you just typed in. So you can click Save Draft. And now when we're back in the inventory management work center here, you notice there's a drafts down below the receive items. We can click drafts, and then we can see all of our drafts that were created and bring whichever draft back up on the screen that we want to work with. So notice this was today's date, so this is the draft we were just working with, so we'll double click and it brings us right back where we left off. Now, when you're ready to actually save these quantities to the database so you can sell them, simply click Post on the top left here. If you were to exit out of here, you'll actually lose all this information and you'll have to retype it in. So you want to just click Post. For those of you who are integrated with the QPay inventory management system, you'll be prompted to use our integration when you click Post to register your phones. So you're simply going to click Yes here, and what it's going to do, it's going to bring you to the integration where you can copy and paste the serial numbers that you entered to register them with QPay. So that's a really convenient integration that we have. For all other users, you won't see this pop up. It's actually just going to save right to the database when you click Post. And then it will let you know the document has been saved successfully, and now your items are in the database ready to be sold. So that's the first way, the main way to receive your items in inventory.